Hi everyone, Armored Pants here, and I have another Advanced Blitz gaming tutorial for you. This one looking at in-game planning. So sort of related to in-game decision making, but slightly different variation. Now, of course, as we all know, one of the great planners and strategists of history is Wile E. Coyote. And the guy was constantly making up plans, constantly innovating, constantly thinking outside the box. And I guess it's an important lesson. We need to be quite like Wiley, right? Because when you're playing Blitz, it doesn't really matter whether your plan works out or not. What is important is that you have one. By the way, I should probably point out that sort of opening sequence there was inspired by Economics Mate. Cheers. He had this video the other day, and I won't tell you what, we'll go and watch it, but the opening sequence, I almost shit myself laughing at it. It was just brilliant. So he gave me the inspiration there with the cartoon, so cheers, mate. So, like all the other videos, this is going to be a bit interactive. You're going to hit the pause button. We're going to take some time out. You're going to take these timeouts and do maybe a little bit of homework as well. Get you thinking, get those cognitive cogs turning. Because I think being interactive is much more, engaging and much more successful way of looking at these tutorials. Slightly different format today in that I'm going to show you the whole game first. I'm going to speed it up, show it to you. Then I'm going to ask you to pause, have a think about it, and then we're going to go back to the game and I'm going to explain my decision making, pause the game, and explain why I made those decisions, what I was thinking, and hopefully you'll get a few tips from it as well. So here we go, here's the game. I'm going to shut up for now. I'll see you on the other side. It's just going to take 2 minutes or so. Pause after this game, by the way, have a think about it, and then I'll see you on the other side and we'll go through the game in some detail. Cheers, guys. So, welcome back, guys. So you're probably thinking, hold on a second, Armored, did you even have a fucking plan? Because that was just mental, right? Well, I did have a plan, right? And I'm going to explain to you what I was thinking, right? So this is during the event where I'm trying, you need to get mastery badges, first class, second class, etc., to get points. And I just decided I was just going to go for mastery or first class badge here, right? And I was just going to go balls out, right? So what I decided to do was I checked the setup, right? So first thing is, even though I'm up tiered, it doesn't really bother me that much. What I'm checking on the setup is here, I'm checking if there's any clans like Legion on the other team. There's not. Checking if there's any OP players like Meadsy, Martin Dog, or The Honor. There's not. I don't recognize anybody. So I'm just going to go for a really, really aggressive plan. My plan is, and of course I have to adapt it as I move along, but my plan is to go and spot up the Reds. I have another plan, is I want to find their heavies, but I also then want to create a situation where I split the enemy. So you can see here in the normal course of a game, you might look over there and say, okay, I've spotted up, or rather, my team has spotted up the fast movers in their team. So you might go to engage them. But now I decided I'm going to go left here. I know I'm going to run into their reds, but I want to spot them up. I'm confident in the tank I have. It's so fast moving that I can spot them up, get away. Might take a bit of damage, but that's not the point. The point is I want to split the red team in two. So, and here we go, reds, right? Now I'm going to take a hit here. I actually run into the steps. That wasn't in the plan, by the way. But you know, don't panic. Just keep going. Take one hit. Might take another hit, which I do right here. But I have spotted up the red heavies and TDs. I've gotten away, and one of them has followed me, right? This is exactly what I wanted. Why? Because now we're in the process of splitting the reds in two. Now, I know one of them's following me. I've reset my camo, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to engage again. Now, the prudent thing might be to run away, but that's not what I'm going to do. I am actually going to go here and spot them up again, track him. I take another hit, but you know, again, I'm trading hit points here to execute the plan. Now, if you look at the mini map now, and we're going to pause the game here, I have split the red team into two, right? Some are on the left at B, and some are on the right down at A. So I've split them completely, right? Now comes the part where I am going to start engaging the enemy, right? Just want to have a look at this here. This is something I often do. I know that he has a half turret, so I go left, then jink right, and you see the result of that is that his turret was facing the wrong way. Allows me to come in and take him out because he's quite a dangerous tank for me. Now, I'm pretty confident I'm not going to take any more damage in this game. Traded some hit points to execute the plan to split the enemy into two, and now I can come in behind and flank. And in this situation here, I'm going to switch up to HE. I know the Type 61's in front of me with my big HE penetration and come up behind him. So far the plan has worked. Now that may seem like a crazy plan for some of you, but I decided I wanted to go for a first class or mastery badge in this, so I just decided to go balls out, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Now it was a risky plan, but you know, I think I kind of knew that I could do it. And I knew that, you know, if executed correctly, it would result in a really good game. Now, something interesting here as well I'm going to point out, right? So I'm going to clear off this Type 61, right? But I'm going to pause it here because I did something there, and this is something I haven't really talked about too much in videos. But I want you to have a think, if you can think about what I actually did there, and why I was so confident I was going to clear him off. Why I was so confident it was going to be BBTG for him. Boom, back to garage for him. Well, what I did was, and we're going to have a look at it again in a second, right? I was actually looking at the damage on my shots, and I knew I was going to get a max roll, and I did. And that's how I was able to clear him off. That's why I was so confident, why I didn't try to run, why I just stayed there and waited for him to come on to me. By the way, the other thing is, experienced players will know this, when you're still, even if he's a medium tank with vertical stabilizer, he's going to take him, because he's moving, it's going to take him longer to aim and fire off a shot. When I'm still, I'm just sitting there, I'm just setting him up. As soon as you come into range, boom, pull the trigger, he's gone, BBTG. Now, here what I'm doing is I am creating a situation where there's no line of sight to the reds, and I'm resetting my camo. Very simple, right? As I said, I was confident, you know, in this game that I wasn't going to take any more damage after giving up those hit points to spot the enemy and to split them into two, right? By the way, it looked like we were going to lose that game at one point, right? But that is, you know, people who are, you know, only look at the number of tanks, who are not looking at tank dispositions, right? Because they were split in two, we are always going to outgun them then wherever we came across them. And of course, once I started flanking, it was game over. Now here, you might think it might be better to go up here on the first ramp, but no, because I know there's tanks behind me, and I don't want to present them my butt, because I know I've been spotted up now after taking out the VK, so I go towards the second ramp. And again, that is in-game decision, that is improvising the plan that I had. Now my plan is sort of more or less executed. So now it's in-game decision making again, right? So I'm going to see, should I go and take on the Conqueror up there? No shots. I'm thinking about it, but then bing, now I know that they've gone to capture B, and I'm confident that I can just go and take out whoever there. It doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter what tank they're in, it doesn't matter how much hit points they are. In the tank I am in, and with its rate of fire, its speed, its maneuverability, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take him out. So I'll roll in, put one into him, and I actually smash up his modules, and I think I'll probably kill his gunner as well, because he's obviously not AFK because he just moved into that base to capture it, but he's not moving now. So I think I actually probably took out his gunner and probably blew a few modules, and he has no repair kits left. Game over. So is it a mastery game or not? What do you think? Because I didn't show you the score earlier on. A lot of damage, etc. A lot of spotting up. Close. First class. I actually thought when I was playing it might be a mastery, but in the end it wasn't. But you know, I said I was going to go for first or mastery, and that's what I got. Even though I was up tiered, you know, I was still pretty confident I could do it. So, what do we learn from this? Well, at the start, think about what you're going to do. Think about what you want to achieve, and then have a plan and execute that plan. But of course you need to improvise as you go along, because no plan survives the first engagement with the enemy, right? I think it was Rommel or somebody said that, right? Or maybe it was von Clausewitz, but one of those clever German guys, right? So you know, you need to continue to improvise, but have a plan, think about what you're going to do, and then you can go and do it. In this particular plan here, by the way, guys, I know, unless you're a very experienced player, I wouldn't try this at home, right? It's not for everybody, and you know, you could easily get permatracked, you know, easily get wiped out before the game is really over. The type of plan is not really important. What is important is that you're always thinking, and that you always are adapting during the game. It's all about thinking. Blitz is all about thinking, right? And again, here's the quote from Rommel or von Clausewitz, whoever it was. But you need a plan. If you don't have a plan, it's unlikely you're going to win the game. Of course, your teammates have to help, of course, all that. But there are no bad decisions, no bad plans if you have thought behind them. It's not always going to work out, but the more you think, the better the Blitz player you're going to be. That's guaranteed. Whether or not you win the game or lose the game, you're always improving, you're always going to be a better player, because thinking is the key to this game. You know, having 2 thumbs, having 4 fingers also helps, having a phone helps, but thinking is the key. And as I said, maybe don't try that at home unless you're a really experienced player. But you know, it's not about the plan I executed, it is about having a plan. So cheers, Mush, thanks for watching, and I guess all that remains now for me to say is pants off.
That's all, folks.